Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to my Chairmander YouTube channel. I'm excited because we're going to be sharing three different types of slabs: PSA, BGS, CGC. These are the top three grading companies right now. So here we go. We have, let's start off with the Baby Shiny. We have a Lowland Vulpix. He's about to evolve into a Galarian Ninetales. We could talk about the differences between Japanese versus English in terms of quality and print runs. But this video is not about that. We're going to talk about comparing PSA, Professional Sports Authenticator, versus Beckett or BGS, and also our new contender CGC, Certified Graded Company. By the way, I make all sorts of different Pokemon videos, Pokemon figures, TCG, plushies, gaming. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I just got this Pokeball. Really cool Pokeball. There we go. The closer you put your hand to it, the more it'll light up, and sometimes it'll do a little animation if you caught a Pokemon. Anyways, we're not talking about that. PSA, BGS, CGC. Which company is your favorite? Which one do you like the most? And what do you send your cards? Sometimes you want to send certain cards to one company more than another. They grade a little differently in their standards, prices, aesthetics, all sorts of different factors. So there's pros and cons. Let's start off with PSA. They started it all. They've been grading cards for so long that they know what they're doing. You know, they have a really good system. It's just that they became almost too popular where they had to double their prices. I think this is back in March. They doubled their prices from 10 to 20 bucks. And at the end of March, I believe they closed. Or they didn't close, but they stopped accepting cards for bulk grading and express, and they're only doing the high end, which like no one's going to pay that amount of money, so that they can catch up on the backlog that they accumulated during COVID. Like they had to shut down during COVID, and so they just had. There's going to be influx of PSA cards being pumped back into the market. People are still getting their submissions back. My last PSA submission took, I want to say, 10 months to get back. That's a long turnaround time. So it's the right move to not be accepting more cards until they catch up and service all the customers that want their cards back. It just makes sense. But I was kind of upset because I had over 1,000 cards I was going to submit to PSA and CGC, and then PSA decided to double their prices, yada yada. Anyways, it is what it is, and that may increase the value of PSA graded cards, but then again, we're going to see a lot more PSA cards on the market, on eBay, so I don't know. We'll see how the value of PSA cards goes in the long run. They are a little bit more generous than Beckett and CGC in terms of giving out 10s. I kind of like that, because it's nice to get as a collector. It's nice to see, oh, I got a 10 back. But the more I think about it, I understand where BGS and CGC are coming from. They're strict in the sense that they don't want to be just handing out 10s really often. They want the card to earn the grade, to really be perfect or pristine, to deserve the grade. Sometimes they can be a little bit too strict sometimes. As a collector, most of my cards are PSA, and it's so nice to get 10s, but at the same time, can you trust the grade if some of them really deserve 9s or 9.5s? There might be like scratches or dents, or they're not perfectly centered. So when you see a 10 from a BGS or CGC, you know that is a perfect 10, basically, or not a perfect 10, but it deserves the 10. That it's really in good condition. PSA, it can vary, and it's a little subjective again, but PSA did just implement Genamint, a new technology to help with scanning the card to you know, check the edges, the cornering, the surfacing, the centering. But the thing is, CGC has already been doing that. CGC started with comic books, and so that's why they're so strict on the centering. I do like that BGS and CGC offer subgrades. If you guys are new to like submitting cards, I think it's kind of, I think you should go with the slab that you like the most aesthetically, because if you're primarily just collecting for your own collection, and not to resell these cards or flip them, you might just want to go with the company that looks the nicest. I know people who like Beckett the most. A lot of people like PSA. There's some people who like CGC. Personally, I was a big PSA fan. All my cards are PSA. Thousands of cards just in PSA. I wasn't really into Beckett. The only thing that appeals me to Beckett is the black label. I think that's really cool. And the subgrades. And it's nice and clear. It's pretty heavy. It just feels like it's something very valuable. I think it's a little too heavy, to be honest. I like CGC. I think CGC is, like, at first I wasn't into the label, and then the more it just grew on me, man. It's clear. You can see the grade. You can see the subgrades. There's like the light blue. If I were to choose a color to like put on a slab for every slab, it would probably be light blue. They do have like green and other like yellow for other different things. I forget. But I know for the comic books they even do like some custom or other different labels. There's this little holographic on the top too. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if I can show it. There you go. You see the holographic there? I don't know if that matters, but there's a QR code in the back. Same with PSA. BGS does not do that. You know, why am I holding these? I have actually Vaporeon, Espeon. You know what? You guys take a nap, because we're gonna be putting BGS right here. These cards are pretty much the same. Like, they're all just pooled. They're not that different. So you can see how PSA will be more likely to give you a 10 than CGC and BGS. Like, if you were to send these two to PSA, it would most likely get a 10. This one, the centering is a 9. But yeah, PSA would probably give these two a 10. So that's kind of one of the issues. It is kind of nice to see a 10. But it's also nice to know that the company is grading it with, they're not too overly critical, but they're, you know, with the subgrades, they can justify it, and that when there is a 10, you know that it is a legit 10. Let's put a CGC card right here. And, you know, I have these PSA slabs here. I mean, not slabs, but does that work? That's, you know what? We're gonna, can we put them all like that? But then look how big, look how tall PSA is gonna be. Can we put them in the middle like that? That works, I think. So yeah, I'm becoming more and more of a CGC fan. I was up late last night trying to submit a bunch of cards to CGC, because as a lot of you know that they just increased, they've doubled their prices like PSA did. And the servers, this is the one thing I do not like about CGC, is their website. The online submission form is not good. It's super buggy. It's super laggy. I know everyone was on last night trying to get their cards in. Customer service, it's okay. It's okay. Someone will reach out to you if you really have an issue. They don't really, I don't know. They're okay. The online submission form, it's not. The drop down boxes and the error codes, the null error codes, it erases your shopping cart sometimes when you're trying to check out. Freaks people out. But you gotta check your emails to see if it went through. It was really frustrating because I was trying to get my card submitted, and then the server crashed, and I was just like trying to get it in before the deadline. Here's what I do like about CGC. They gave a week heads up, said, hey, we're going to be raising our prices. PSA, they just did that overnight. So, I don't know. The online submission for CGC is I don't like it. It takes too long. Yeah, it's just a lot of screens and refreshing and all sorts of different issues with their submission. PSA is a little more simplified. Let's see. CGC is considered the cheapest more affordable to get. That's why I was submitting as many cards as I could, is because I was really paying $7.60 and then like $6 for subgrades, which is about $13.50 plus the shipping, so about $15 for subgrades, and or you can just do $7 without the subgrades. I don't think every card needs subgrades, to be honest, but I do see how they sell better. Honestly, a 9.5 BGS or CGC 9.5 does not really sell as high as a PSA 10. PSA is considered the king or the standard. I do think that CGC and BGS will take more of the market share over time. I mean, they're great competitors. They offer subgrades. They offer things PSA doesn't. PSA does not have subgrades. I don't know if they can change that now. They're changing the way they grade their cards. CGC has been doing it from the start. I do like aesthetically that the CGC and the BGS slabs are clear rather than frosted. I feel like PSA, it's a little like the abbreviations, it's just crowded with information and numbers, while you can read CGC clearly. I don't like in CGC that they can't even center their numbers, like when it's just a one digit number, that it's not centered. That's an easy fix. I don't get why a grading company can't center their own number. Anyway, I don't like this clear over here for this BGS. Like, that's just a small thing, but like it looks good like when it's on eBay and it's like up against something black. But then like when it's up against something white and clear, I don't like it as much. That I'm just, again, BGS does have different like labels for different levels of cards, different grades. CGC is a little more strict on the centering. PSA is a little more strict on the edges and corners. I think they're all strict on surfacing. Like, you don't want creases and bends in your card. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. A lot of people say send your vintage stuff to PSA and your modern stuff to CGC. I think CGC is good, especially if you know the card is in like an 8 to 9 level. I just feel like you're not going to be getting 10s. But when you do get a 10, it's awesome. But for the most part, if you really want the 10s, I would go to PSA. All things considered, PSA does sell higher in value just because there's more collectors of PSA graded cards, and I think CGC is going to be doing well in the future. I really like the job that they're doing. They used to have an issue where you could like crack open, but that they fixed that, so that's not an issue. PSA, they have like some of these cards where like here's an example. Like the top of it is like a little crinkled, and some cards you can like do this and like you can hear the card jiggle inside and make noise, which I do not like. They need to fix that. Yeah, That's a lot of information. I have a lot of bulk coming back from CGC, so I'm hoping that that'll be kind of my business, is selling a bunch of CGC cards. I personally like it for my own collection as well. All things considered, if PSA were to get subgrades, that would really help them. But they're, you're gonna change how you slab and label cards now and grade cards. It's like, I don't know. I do like the consistency of CGC and BGS. I would send like maybe the high tier Charizards, maybe if you want to get a perfect black label, but it's so hard to get one of those. Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. Everyone has their own preference. I know people who like CGC the best, PSA the best, BGS the best. I don't know anyone who likes where is it? Here's a weird slab. MGA. You never even heard of MGA. GMA is I think GMA is decent. That's probably like fourth competitor. I don't know, this SGC, and there's like Mint as well. I don't like how this card looks. But you know what? Like, it's still in a slab. It's still encapsulated, and that's one thing I like. Regardless of the grade, it's encapsulated, and it's locked in. It's not gonna get wet. It's not gonna tear. It's not gonna get damaged. Here's a get graded or GG card. Get graded. I do like that the label is black. Like, that to me looks really nice. The grade looks nice. Like, aesthetically, I think it looks pretty cool. But I heard that they're inconsistent with their grading. This is, I think, a European UK type of company, I think. I hear PCA is what a lot of Europeans use. Japan also has, I think, a grading company. Japanese actually don't like to get their cards graded that much. Like, I hear they'd like to keep things just in sleeves or in top loaders or in binders and complete sets, and I get that. A lot of Americans like that too, but I just like the slabs. To me, it's more pristine. It's more, luxury. It's more. It feels good. It looks good. It's safe, and yeah, that's why I like to slab pretty much my entire collection. So yeah, CGC just raised their prices as well, but they're still considered the cheapest out of the three. Yeah, it's been a crazy year, and I think everything has just been inflated. Which of these three do you like the most? Which do you think looks the best? Like, from here, I can't even read this 10. It's like, I mean, I can, but like, this sticks out to me so much more. But again, it's 9.5 instead of 10. You okay with that? I think I am. It took me a while to kind of get used to seeing 9.5, and to me, it's like a 95%. That's an A+. If you see a movie and you talk to someone and they say, oh, 10 out of 10. Like, really, was that a 10 out of 10? Was that really the best movie you've seen in your life, that it blew your mind? Or was it more like a 9 out of 10, which is still really good? Because if you say it was 10 out of 10, like, there's no room for anything better, So I do like, I understand the 9.5s. I wish that CGC and BGS would lighten up just a little bit. Be a little bit more lenient on some of the centering, and just a little bit. Yeah, PSA, I feel like will get more strict with their Genamint technology, so we'll see how that affects the grading in this year to come. We're gonna see tons of slabs come back. People keep telling me PSA is worth more, it's valued more. It is now. 5 years from now, I don't know. This looks more modern. This looks more like sports and like old school, you know. And I think with the new generation and just it looks more it's cleaner. I love it. It looks good. I'm a CGC fan now. So I sent a bunch of cards to them. Here's some of the error cards I did in another video. Hitmonchan that I'll be sending off. If you didn't watch that video, go and watch the video where I show these cards off, because it'll be interesting to get the subgrades to see how it comes back and if it's an error. We have a Gyarados, really cool card. This is a Ninetales from the top. Super offcut, like ridiculous, from a sheet of base set. So that's why I love these two cards. One of a kind. I'm into it. I dig it. I've been holding on to these cards, trying to think of how I'm going to showcase this. If I want to sell it for profit or hold on to it. We have the Ghost Pikachus, and you can see there's no D in the first edition stamp where it should be. It should look like this. Here's a Shining Charizard first edition stamp. You know what? Let's see. I'm actually going to be showcasing a bunch of videos pretty soon. I'm going to film it right after this, actually. But anyways, yeah, this is kind of how I like to keep some of my cards, is just in this nice case with, you know, organized. But yeah, display your collection, enjoy it. I'm hoping CGC does well in the next year. BGS will still do well. PSA will be back up and running. They're making a lot of changes. They still own like 80% of Pokemon. I heard that CGC is hiring Yu-Gi-Oh experts, and I feel bad because they're just doing Magic and Pokemon, and the prices of that like affects the comic books as well. And when PSA closes, that affects Dragon Ball Super and Digimon, and anime cards blew up this year. And anyways, I better cut this video. If you watched this long, thanks for watching. Drop me a comment, let me know what you guys think. What do you guys prefer? Yeah. I was a PSA fan, and CGC has just kind of they just, I like it. They stole my heart. I like the slab now. So anyways, hope you guys watch my other videos. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Instagram, Charmander. We're almost to 2,000 followers on YouTube. 2,000, so that's exciting. I could have gotten more followers by playing other games and continuing to do other content, but this is the kind of content that I like to do. So do what you love. It's not all about the most rarest, the most expensive cards, and just enjoy collecting as it is. Enjoy the cards you like. Have fun with it. Not everything has to be about the monetary value of things, or like having the best grades. Like sometimes I just like to have the cards that I like and have it encased. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. Thank you guys for watching. Check out my other videos, and I'll catch you guys next time.